Welcome back to the ECS Season 8 Finals, where it's nearly time to head into our third best of 3 of the day. My name is FACEIT, your desk host for the duration of this weekend, and joining me is the lovely Launders and the wonderful Sean Gares up on this desk. Launders, you had a bit of a break. What did you get up to?
I just played a little bit of bar games, a few bar games, a little
nice.
foosball, a little ping pong. Yeah, I'm a little out of breath, but I feel good.
Champion.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah,
Launders is like foosball god. I just want to let you guys know.
No, I'm okay.
I thought I would play you later, but yeah, no, I'm not very good. Maybe we'll team up.
Why not? Yeah, 2v2.
Yeah, hell yeah. Sean, you down for it?
No, he cheats. Literally, he cheats.
Oh, we could be on the same team.
Yeah.
I'll play goalie. Let's do this.
Anyway, we're getting a little bit distracted here because we are going to be talking about Evil Geniuses versus NiP, our third matchup of the day, and this is going to be a big one, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I think that I'm so glad we got to see NiP play so much better today. I mean, they didn't just squeak by their victory. They look super strong, and I thought Avangard were going to be the ones to get better after yesterday and supersede our expectations once more, even though they had a close match versus EG. It seems like right now the more prime threat is NiP, so this could give EG a run for their money. It's still probably, you know, favoring EG just right off the bat. Don't want to dress that up too much, but at the same time, in a best of 3, feel better about this, a little bit better about this if I'm Swedish.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Well, we're going to take a little bit of a recap of our Group A bracket in case you guys have missed out on any of the matchups today. Of course, we saw yesterday was where Avangard and Evil Geniuses faced off, NiP and Liquid. And today, we're moving down to the lower bracket, and we saw NiP knocking out Avangard out of the tournament. They are going home now, and they're about to face up against the Evil Geniuses. The winner of this match will be going up against Team Liquid tomorrow in the Saturday's semi-final. So it is a huge match. It's a knockout match yet again for NiP. They've already been in the face of this before this morning.
Sometimes it's good to have an early scare, you know, just fires you up. Got nothing to lose, right? You've already seen death.
I think NiP plays EG really well too. When I was in Turkey and I watched them play the first time they met up, NiP blew them out of the water. They beat them, I think, 16-4 on 2 different maps. The second time, EG kind of adapted a little bit. And obviously, if you're NiP, if you 16-4 them on 2 maps, you're not going to change much. So I think that kind of hurt them in the long run. But this will be a really cool rematch to see, you know, like what both of these teams took away from those matchups and how they're going to change their playstyles.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's interesting you point that out because obviously EG will be looking to be changing something into that. What are you kind of expecting from those guys?
I think EG feels like they're the better team on the skilled map. So I think we'll probably see EG, you know, lean towards like a Dust 2, an Inferno, a Mirage, maps that they can, you know, take the gunfights that they like taking, and we're going to see NiP maybe try to, you know, get in more strategic maps, which is weird for me to say because I feel like NiP isn't the most strategic team. But when it comes to playing a team like EG, I think they want to play a map like Overpass.
Overpass, yeah. The only thing Overpass that it makes me wonder is that the old energy lineup moving into EG were like specialists on Overpass. Cirque has had a fantastic tournament so far, his most recent performance, and that's maybe one of his best mats, if not his like ladder movement on train, which is something I always laud. So that's where it does get confusing. It's like if you're NiP, you also have the thought that you lost like yesterday in a really bad way on Mirage to Liquid. Now you come in today, this is an overlapping map, you might want to play it, but then once again you're in the issue of like, is that the map we want to end up on versus EG?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
yeah, I do see the chance that they play Nuke, the chance that they play Overpass, and then since it's a best of 3, almost certainly a Mirage I feel like slides in, and we see if NiP can be better than they were yesterday. So that might have been an anomaly as well. They look so much better as a team.
Yeah, they did. I mean, Chris said it yesterday, didn't he? He said there is so much more to come from NiP.
I think he even wrote it on the page behind that one. He wrote some stuff.
He wrote a lot of
about
stuff on
match.
here. He wrote
the next page. Yeah, so he wrote that, and he guessed the veto, so I think Chris seems to think that the map is going to go to Overpass.
Yeah.
Has everyone seen this?
No.
Okay.
No, this is for your eyes only, Launders. You can choose to share it.
I mean, I don't know if you can make this out at the moment, but if we get the one shot, then I could probably. I just don't know what to feel about. Like 17 buttons on my shirt is the one thing. I mean, I wasn't counting
accurate, actually. That's the thing. I don't even know what you're talking about. We're looking at the map veto right now.
It feels like I'm a snowman. Okay, so this is what Christopher drew. How close can we get?
We need a one-shot of Freya.
Oh, look at that. It's the Angs.
There we go.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
It's beautiful.
All right, well, I think that fell a bit flat. That's okay.
If he ever fails an analyst,
I'll put it on Twitter.
got an
How
artist.
about that?
Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
Yeah, plugging your Twitter. I like that
At
very
Launders,
much.
if anyone was curious.
Also made a video about Cirque hopping on overpass, right?
That's true on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much, Don.
Well, all the shameless plugs. Thank you very much, Launders. It's funny you say that, actually, because literally any highlight clip you watch, or any highlight reel, I should say, you watch of Cirque, there's at least 10 clips on overpass. I know the bathrooms one very, very well. That sticks in my mind. And he has been an absolute force to be reckoned with, hasn't he, recently?
Oh, he's so good, yeah. Yeah, I think I was going to name this clip like the Secret Circus or something, because he just had like that. He had like a tag team of like Daps and Fugly would follow him around everywhere he'd go on the map and just make sure he didn't die. And that was like how they protected Cirque. And it's like, think about if you're an opper and then you can go out peak mid on overpass, but then you have someone watching stairs for you. Like, let's say stairs is removed from the map and top bathroom is removed from the map. Think about how much more comfortable you are just like setting your sights on mid, watching for the balloons cross. Like, you're going to hit more shots because you don't have to think about all of these other angles that might come up later.
Which is weird because I thought Cirque struggled a little bit towards the end of Energy when Daps was in it, but ever since Stanislaw has joined, I don't know what has happened. I feel like he has been totally revitalized as a player. He feels it when I watch him. He has so much confidence now to take aggressive peeks and go for picks. And I felt like that was missing for a little bit towards the end when Daps was on Energy, but that's totally back now. I think he might be the most impactful player when I watch them play.
Yeah,
Ooh.
we've been speaking a lot about individual performances, so we're going to go and take a look at our head-to-heads. We've highlighted one player even from each side. It's, of course, Ethan and Rez. A very interesting comparison.
Yes, especially if this comes to Overpass. Like Christopher was talking about with Rez, he was such a superstar on Overpass that buffed his stats a little bit here. They've got more maps played from EG because they've been doing the Counter-Strike World Tour. They've been playing all over the place constantly. And so they've got a bit more going for them in terms of maps. And Ethan's also sporting a higher average across more maps. Not bad.
I mean, they also have been going deeper in events, to be fair. So that will make you get more maps too. So I think Ethan in this particular matchup has been playing better form-wise, but Rez has star capabilities in his team, right? I think he has the players around him to set him up a little bit more than Ethan, whereas Ethan obviously has to be the third star to Breezy and Cirque, and obviously Stanislaw and Tarek are going to get theirs.
Yeah, exactly. Well, a player that we've kind of highlighted was Breeze. And yesterday he seemed, I don't know, a little bit lackluster, I think.
We talked about his performance like coming into the tournament. He's had a really rough last few tournaments. But luckily, like Ethan, like Cirque, have had like really, really good tournaments. So that's kind of made up for it. It's not going to win them the trophy, though. They've got to be, he has to be good. So if, he's continuing with that form, that's one thing. But then again, it is day one, and I really always put an asterisk on day one. It's not even so much the best of one. It's just like warm-up match of the event. There's only so much you can do before you actually play that match to know how you feel.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we're going to be getting into our map veto for this best of three. We've been speculating what it's going to be, but Launders, where do you think the first pick and bans are going to be going?
Well, the bans are probably going to be
Vertigo.
Yeah.
Definitely Vertigo coming out as a ban. I think probably EG should ban Vertigo. Oh, they're floating Vertigo. NiP said they're comfortable on Vertigo.
Okay.
Interesting.
Do they actually have the balls to pick it, though?
But this would be like a surprise to them, right? To see that it's even being floated.
I don't think either of these teams is going to pick Vertigo. I think they're just going to float it. I don't even know if it's going to get to the third map. I think EG is going to pick a skill map like Dust 2 or Mirage here.
Are they picking into EG by picking Train?
Oh
I can't even believe this
I
veto
thought
right
we were going to see like there maybe even had room for an Inferno or something if the bans didn't go this way. That's so surprising. A Mirage ban by NiP.
Well, that's smart. I actually didn't see NiP initially ban Dust 2, so they're trying to remove the skill maps from EG, which is what I was talking about. I thought they would go into those maps. So it's interesting that EG picks Nuke. Yes, they're very strong on it, but it's a very, I don't know, it's
Wow.
You can find yourself on Nuke in situations where your skill doesn't matter. It's just all protocol, it's all rotations, it's all playing around smokes, and I think that doesn't suit EG well in this matchup.
Oh, so you think the veto is actually looking pretty good for NiP?
I do. Yeah, I think the Vita looks pretty good for NiP.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Interesting. Well, it's going to be a very exciting matchup. That's one thing for sure. And if you guys are watching at home, make sure you are tuned in with our Premium Pass. All you need to be is subscribed to our Twitch channel, FACEIT TV, and you'll get access to 10 player POVs, a unique clapping feature, and access to all the stats you could ever dream of. Now, Launers, we were talking about this earlier.
I'm going to say Cirque before he says Cirque.
Okay, you've taken Cirque. Sean, who, if you were going to be watching through the Premium Pass and looking at one player POV for this matchup, who would it be?
Oh, I'm going to go Forrest.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a fanboy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like watching Forrest play. He's very smooth, crisp aim. He's always calm. I don't know how he does it. How does Forrest always look calm?
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's that thing where there's like it's like when he's got like these long range battles, like in like Yard on Nuke, he's got like an M4A4 and there's like 4 guys peeking him and he's just like one clicking like very carefully and just making sure to do his job, and then everyone else is panicking on the other side, and then he ends up winning all his duels.
Well, he is a master of his craft, isn't he? And speaking of masters of their craft, I think we're going to check in with Henry and Alex, our 2 casters, for our pinnacle prediction. Gentlemen, how are you doing today?
Right, I wouldn't say we're necessarily masters of the craft, but we're doing our best.
Looking to master.
Yeah.
Henry, you just won an award. Come on.
I did.
That's true.
I did. I did forget about actually. Maybe you're right.
Yeah,
fair enough.
I'm hanging out with a master of his craft, of course, esports caster of the year.
Anyway, moving on.
Speaking of our matchups, where are you guys going to be heading for our picks?
I mean, I as much as I love the framing Sean had there to have NiP.
It was
winning
appealing,
Nuke,
wasn't it?
It was quite tempting, actually. Like he's talking about playing around smokes, and I'm like, yeah, actually, that doesn't suit EG. He's right. But I am going to go for Evil Geniuses, despite what they showed yesterday, because I think, and Henry, you can back me up here, you were very unimpressed.
I was very unimpressed. It was a very flat EG, like they have been for the last month or so, I think. Hopefully they show a better form today. Like they should be beating NiP 2-0, like hands down. I do have EG for sure. The map pool actually looks pretty interesting though for NiP. I feel like if Twist can come online in a big way, he has been fantastic for these guys recently. I really think he's an amazing player. Same with Plopsky as well. Hopefully those guys turn up in buckets and spades. We get to see what they can do.
Inferno, Plopsky,
but the problem is if EG even turn up to like 80% of this game to their ability, I feel like it's 2-0 like all the way.
Yeah, we don't even see Inferno potentially. What are you guys on the desk thinking though? I mean, Sean, you kind of sold me a little bit.
Yeah, I did.
Sean never knows what to say, man.
I almost feel wrong by saying.
I think the Swedish Trojan horse is in here.
Oh wow!
It's just literally. I'm gonna go NiP. I think they're gonna upset EG here.
Are we talking? And we're just talking about this map, but you think it's gonna be this map and then the next?
Oh yeah, I forgot we were doing.
Yeah, just by map.
Oh, we are just doing by map, huh?
prediction? That was a terrible idea. Whoever came up with that. We
Well,
should just.
we got to go with it, guys. We got to go with it.
Yeah,
Well,
we gotta say it
you've
in the
locked
lower
in.
third.
Evil
It's like
Geniuses
our
already,
second.
Alex.
Yeah.
You jumped the gun there. So,
That's true.
Sean, are you
You
going
did
with
too.
NiP for this map
Yes.
and the whole series?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
What about
I
you,
am.
Londus?
Well, I feel like now I can. Okay, so now I'm gonna say NiP right now, just for
Okay.
this map. That's
Well,
it.
Wow.
Playing
I
around smokes and
think
everything,
I'm going
right?
to say Evil Geniuses because I think they're going to take this 2-0. But we'll be checking back in with you guys very shortly as we head into our game. But I think it's time to take a look at our fan predictions as well. We've seen them be very, very split. I mean, I was particularly shocked about the Sharks MIBR one. People love Sharks out there. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of heartbroken fans, but 54% going with EG, 46% NiP. So it's, again, incredibly split. And I think we're going to be checking in with our pinnacle odds at the same time as well. Look at these guys. They're getting ready. They are pumped.
They are literally pumped. I mean, everybody's getting so big.
Right?
It's like as soon as Sean showed up on the scene, like, look at these guns, bro.
Everyone's
look,
inspired.
They're glamour muscles. Have you ever seen Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Oh, you pumped them up?
I only
Air
work out
pump?
my glamour muscles.
Oh, yeah. How are your calves looking? You got them drama calves? Yeah. Johnny Drama, yeah.
Well, I think that's one of the main reasons why I'm going with Evil Geniuses. Obviously, NiP were playing this morning, right? I'm wondering whether they're going to be a little bit tired after that matchup.
Interesting.
Vanguard
I would have
did-
looked at it as a warm-up almost. I mean,
Yeah,
it is a
that's
best of
true.
3,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. I mean, and they have got new young blood as well. So maybe they're going to be keen. Maybe they're going to be eager. Because we
Yeah.
definitely saw Plopsky and Squist. They were looking great this morning.
At what point is it no longer a warm-up? How much CS before?
I think
It was 2-0, so.
as someone with a child, Forrest will not get tired at this event. Trust me.
Nothing can wear him
Nothing
down?
can wear him out at this
Right.
point. So
That's how you beat jet lag?
He has crazy endurance, and I think they're fine.
They're fine. Okay.
Everything's gonna be fine.
Yeah. He's been doing it for what, like almost 20, he's 21 years now or something? Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure he can last one more day.
Yeah, exactly. Well, today has been a very exciting day indeed. And it's also exciting because it's Black Friday, gentlemen. And if you head over to blackfriday.cs.money, if you top up, you'll receive at least a 40% bonus. And we're giving away some free codes. So head on over to the ECS Twitter, where the first person to claim the code will win it. We'll be doing it today only. So make sure you are, if you are following the ECS Twitter and checking out CS money for those goodies. It's always nice when you get some free stuff, isn't it? Especially on Black Friday.
It's free.
Stuff we all get.
Yeah, it's free.
Love some swag.
Yeah, love it indeed. Well, we are going to be heading into our third matchup of the day. Alex and Henry, take it away.
Thanks very much, Freya and the gang on the desk. Launders, of course, and Sean Gares, Machine, and Henry G hanging out. And I think we've kind of already touched on it a little bit, but expectations are, for me, completely in the bin. I mean, I actually don't know what to expect. The fact that the analyst desk are leaning towards NiP, I don't know how much of that is influenced just by yesterday's EG.
I think it's got a massive part of it to do. They have not looked themselves at all. I've normally said they're one of the most skilled teams in CSGO. Not necessarily the best team, but in terms of mechanical skill, they're really up there. And we just haven't seen that so far. We haven't seen the big names come online at all. We haven't seen much from Breezy, haven't seen much from Ethan. Cirque has looked very good, to be fair. Cirque has looked good, but he's been streaky as well. Like, he's been up and down from map to map, and hopefully we see the best out of them today, as I am a big fan of this team. We are going to get into the T-side pistol for EG as they send 3 players towards Ivy. They've left the bomb and T-spawn, so nothing too fast coming in here. PD50 in the hand of Breezy. Looking to find those long-range headshots as the first duel goes down into the Electro to try and fend them off towards Ivy.
Yeah, a slow start for sure. And actually, Cirque looks like he's going to be left to his own devices after gathering the early Ivy control with his comrades. Instead, Breezy and his partner in crime with the bomb, Stan, are on their way perhaps to support what looks to be a bit of a main and pop pinch. Here they go! Oh, and the totem pole is shattered. Rez, 2 clicks of his mouse and 2 bodies dropped. Henry, you have told me to keep an eye on that pop drop. How often have I seen it succeed? I honestly, I don't know. Minimal.
Yeah, it was weird. In Beijing, it was happening like all the time. It was actually working out.
It was?
Yeah. It doesn't normally work out so well with the CTs
test.
at that point. That's crazy that Red's got 2 kills in that position, but still a 4 versus 2 now. But Breezy with that PD50 showing us what he's made of. Only good for 2 though, and that's for the Stanislaw, who has to try and bring this back. Now in the 2 versus 1. He has got the bomb, a smoke towards the connector position, but the Molotov down will not elude Twist. He's going to find that final kill, and it's going to be a pretty convincing pistol victory there for NiP, Alex. Lovely drop defense there from Rez, managing to look very crispy with the USP, if you don't mind me saying.
Oh, it was very spicy. In fact, we can see that one again. You can see the headshot height and doesn't have to do anything more. It could not have, he didn't have to adjust his mouse at all. Let's have a look again. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, not a single
that's
adjustment.
So sick. Yeah, that's really well played.
Damn.
Okay then, well, no bomb planted, but a force spy nonetheless. We're going to see CZs and Deagles. You can see the smokes available as well, so some form of execution, and it looks to be a slightly faster one towards main entrance. Going to be nading towards a bomb train. Normally find a kill from that. Grenade is very prevalent in today's game. But they still have hold of 3 smokes here. Forest trying to get full control of the main entrances to deny any sort of access. And it's up to the Desert Eagles now to try and find any sort of wiggle room towards Ivy for now. But you don't really want to be challenging these positions. You want them to fully commit to the choke points before you give them any sort of opportunities.
Yeah, and the second round force here on train, of course, is, you know, the conversation has changed with the recent patch. FAMAS is going to be a weapon of choice very much more for the CTs. And you can see 2 of them now in play. It's going to be all the more difficult. It's
surprising. You'd expect with no bomb plant coming through, they'd get AKs in the 3rd round. But instead, forcing here, they are very good with the pistols, but I'm still not a big fan of this on train. Like, you need your Desert Eagles to really land on this sort of round to make it work on train. It's such a long-range map. Maybe even a scout thrown in there would help.
Even the Ivy fight's pretty long distance.
Yeah. And so this could be a rough one. I feel like just an outside execution. Smokes either side of the bomb train, one towards 5-track potentially, and then just hope for the best here. Good flash.
The flash, and actually they catch Rez. Won't fall foul to the same in the round prior. And well, that's a way in. 1 CT cut down on the outside site at the moment. A rotate going to be coming in, and a bit of T presence shown towards Ivy. Gets Lecro's attention as it does of Twist, and the bullets start to work out well for the Ninjas now. Flooding in, of course, from main at the same time. Ethan looking to stabilize. He's actually managed to find 2. Finally, he'll be silenced, but Polanski, his gag order is short-lived. Tarek, he starts shouting. And now all on to Twist. With just a scout and a USP, he has to close the gap with a sidearm 2 to find and tagging him up. He's really in trouble. Oh. And Tarek will finish it off with his 3rd. Between the 2 of them, Ethan and Tarek win the 2nd.
Well, there we have it. They had the audacity to explore their options towards Pop Dog once again. This time actually managing to make it work. It's all down to the flashbang though. How perfect was this flash? Down they go, and Brezhnev is in trouble. He just starts full spraying, trying to retreat, but couldn't get out of there in time. And at that point, the floodgates just open. They help themselves towards the outside bomb site. And he did mention a couple of FAMASs, but a couple being the operative word there. They only had 2 of those. So the MP9's trying to fight 2 for now. Close range, just no match with those CZs.
No, but what was so interesting to me as well, the little kind of nuances of the pop drop there from Ethan and Tarek, was the fact that they made sure Ethan went left and Tarek dropped straight down. So you were never going to be collateraled in the same in a similar sense.
Yeah, the flashbang was intense though.
Oh, it was so good. I mean, I think you don't have any time to adjust to that.
Yeah, that's really nice. Well, either way, it's going to be a awesome return. We've got Desert Eagles and armor here. We are going to see every single dollar pretty much invested. Apart from Twist, of course, he doesn't buy armor because he needs a bit more residual cash, I suppose. He's got 750 there. He wants to get the AWP out eventually. This will be another difficult round to win with just the pistols. EG managed to do it. Can NiP replicate that form? It's the inside play by the looks of things. And Prolanski, he'll get the first, but traded out. It doesn't do too much for NiP at this stage. Still heavily favors the T side. They're going to help themselves towards inner. Smokes towards connector. Deep down the bomb side as well, and in they go. But the Desert Eagles and the flashbangs are actually working out very well indeed.
That was an important trade from Stan, just keeping the numbers level. Don't want to get overwhelmed, despite having the firearm advantage. Breezy wants to try and push up. Now lingering in limbo from the higher ground. Rez with his Desert Eagle is a powerful adversary for anyone involved in the server. Forrest coming in from connector. He's looking for the headshot, and he does manage to land the dink. Fling away at NiP, and now things are starting to look a little more calm for Evil Genius. Time has ticked, no kits, and good damage dealt.
Yes, there we go. Everything stabilizes in the end. He's going to be able to twist to look for some exit kills here if possible, but at this stage, just holding on to his Desert Eagle and armor might be the best port of call. Looking to see if there's any weapons available to him as he looks to see any evil shooting players up towards that lower ramp. Down he'll go, he had low HP anyway, and now it's his Rez. Holding with the Desert Eagle in spawn, he is just going to have to hold on to that weapon. And there we have it, EG. They lost a couple of players, a couple of awkward moments down towards that lower ramp, but overall, they win the round. They know they're up against a full eco next, so everything is absolutely A-okay.
And Plopsky going so aggressive early. I mean, admittedly, it gets them a whole lot of information. It enables them to get that rotate going before the fight's brought to them. So and getting 1-for-1 on that, I mean, there's no complaints from the Plopsky department.
Just a good setup there from EG. The fact that they've got multiple players in those sort of choke points, so even if he gets one, it's traded out, right? It would be a nightmare if you only had one player, like you would do in a default setup, that goes down, you give away a rifle, he can fall back. Ooh, sure, he's going to get one kill there, but as long as it gets traded out, that's no problem. So then, technical pause. A chance for us to analyse what we've seen so far. Not much, Alex. 3 rounds.
3 rounds of play.
3 of which have included pistols on one side, but we'll see whether this one will yield any more sort of fruit. I don't think so because it's the full eco.
Something I'm excited for actually is the NiP T side. There was some ridiculous plays being made by Forrest not too long ago. I think it was looking like almost 1.6 trains. The way in which he was navigating around them, clearing out yard. It was
when he gets
glorious.
going.
When he gets going, it's still beautiful to watch.
Train is wild for Forrest. Like he still is one of the best players at this map if he's having a good day. There has been some difficult moments from this year. The Berlin Major on Train I think was one of the worst recorded performances he ever had, but that was just an anomaly. I think it was just a rough tournament, a lot going on outside the server. I think.
I think that's a perfect way to summarize my read on Forrest's worst performance to date. That was, of course, very recently this year at the Major, a negative performance at a Major, which is, of course, quite a rarity for Forrest. And more pistols involved. It's going to be the 3rd round. This is, of course, the fallout after EG managing to bite back in the 2nd round of play. It was a risk, as Henry outlined, but you can see how well it's paying off for them because they should, and should being the operative word, have a 3rd here, but Rez with the Armored Deagle did draw first. Blood the spray's a little cheeky, but Breezy handles it. And this round should now be nothing more than just a formality. Clearing out. Fresh for Breezy.
Yeah, he's getting warmed up. You don't want him to get in that zone. 4 versus 1 twist. He'll be taken out as well. Now, this is looking promising for EG. Like, in terms of individual skill, the snappiness of the shots, it's looking very good so far. But here comes the real test. This is when Twist will bring out his AWP. I don't think Cirque has his as of yet. He's got the AK-47 right now, but this is where Twist can start to be let off the leash a little bit. He can start dictating the pace of the gameplay. He can go for some aggressive picks. He can move around. He can be towards Ivy, connector, upper ramp, lower ramp. He's got to be aggressive, though, I feel like. Probably not this round, considering he's got no armor. Let's see what he can do as he starts to head towards Ivy, but looks things.
Gosh, an aggro Ivy play, probably a little too much to ask for.
Yeah, I would agree.
Instead, he is just going to be responsible for that early out of team main. Play around green train with Rez in support.
So they've got this setup where if Forrest thinks there's any footsteps around the corner or a shot's fired at the AWP, he will swing around and try and play off the AWP. So if anyone tries to bet out the shot, you can see Forrest is there ready to take down any potential AWP on the other side.
And in the meantime, EG are going to start their campaign straight out of main. A big frag, though, from Rez. Twist as well in support. Ethan gone. 3 to work with. Only 2 now as Rez and Lekra working in perfect unison already as the dust starts to settle, and with still 1 minute on the clock, the round goes the way of the Ninjas.
I didn't really like that from EG at all. I see what they're trying to do there. It's more of like a contact pounce play, just trying to get out together massive numbers towards main entrance, but they showed no presence towards Ivy. Inside, you can see there's not a single smoke thrown, one flash off that, and you know they've got an AWP as well. They just did it full eco. You got Twist in that team, forced to get an AWP, and you haven't dropped any smokes, and you haven't really challenged that round at all. You've just gone out one by one, and it's fallen apart.
It is interesting, isn't it, to see this Ninjas in Pajamas roster, albeit, you know, it's simply the name now and Forest, what remains from the Ninjas that we knew, but they've got a dedicated AWPer for what feels like the first time in forever.
Yeah, last time I can remember, I guess, would be Draken.
Yeah, Alu, of course,
yes.
a long time ago.
But there's Rez, he's looking really sharp.
Good one. Holding Pop from so many different angles. This time he managed to catch him through the corner of the box. 2 this time towards Ivy. That setup that you highlighted does seem to be questioned by Forest as he's falling back. Perhaps enough sound cues to realize it's not going to go out well. Run boost. And they will fall off, concede. Ivy and that line still being held by Cirque for now. Ethan responsible for the hauls and just going to be jiggling for info. Their paths yet to cross, but Plopsky and him are about to meet. Good tag. A warning shot perhaps, but that's presence and that's a denial of information as well. Plopsky cannot call that Brown Halls is clear, keeps the CTs planted. Some degree of a bonus.
Seconds remain. NiP, they've had full control the last couple of rounds here. EG was still a couple of smokes, a few flashbangs here, but in terms of control, 3 players towards inner. They have Cirque with the AWP alone towards Ivy. So unless he's given a challenge here, with 15 seconds remaining, I'm not sure what big backstab he's planning with that AWP. He's not going to be part of this at all. They need to find serious kills towards inner right now. Yeah. This looks clumsy from EG.
It does seem a little uncoordinated.
5 seconds,
6 seconds left. The round is over. Breezy, yeah, he's on the site, but unfortunately for him, Plopsky's going to do it all. Extra massacre, taking the weapons away, forcing the rebuy.
So Cirque, he's still towards Ivy, right? What is he doing there? Like, if he had the AK, sure, he can backstab it to get the bomb down and go through CD spawn. You can't do that with an AWP. And if that all falls apart, like, he's not even there. You want the AWP lower ramp with them. When they commit towards upper, let's get him watching towards connector. Let's get him finding some picks. This was terrible from EG, I have to say. Like, they didn't even give themselves enough. There was 7 seconds before they'd even got off the upper ramp. They didn't even go close to a bomb site there. That's questionable.
Yeah, so if you were trying to kind of help explain to someone watching what could have happened there in terms of comms, are we assuming that's a bit of a miscommunication, right?
I feel like that's Cirque just saying, oh, I feel like I'm going to get someone Ivy.
Right,
I'm going to get a pick. I'm going to get his pick. Just go towards inner. It never happened, and then they ran out of time, and he basically just went in 3 versus 5 there, like 3 versus 4, and it was no time. It was chaotic. It was messy. Just not looking good for EG fans. Now, this is what they're presenting this tournament. It's been a rough month for them. I thought today they'd turn up looking much better. Sure, it's early days. It's 3-3. But as I said in the pregame, an opposition like NiP, considering where we place EG in the world right now, like top 5 team, that round in particular was just not good enough. That was really quite disgusting. Not going to lie to you, Alex.
I like it that you don't lie to me.
Yeah.
That's the foundations of a good relationship. Nice little boost, though. And will be able to tuck himself in and actually have an opportunity. That's a catch. They only have Glocks, and so setting Cirque up as best they can. The molly is fantastic. It will stop their swing across to the site. Bomb won't be going down. Plopsky's already caught a Glock bullet, and now Cirque's caught another. Keeping this competitive. He is, however, being pushed by Rez on the flank, and he won't be a chance to get around the corner. 3 frags, a bomb plant. That's a lot out of a little, to be fair.
See what you can do when you bring the AWP with the squad.
Oh, I knew you were going Of course you did.
See what happens with Glocks and an AWP. You actually get the bomb down, a couple of picks. Might actually have a chance of winning the round. It all makes sense, right?
Is that Sassy Henry? I haven't seen
him
in a while.
Yeah, he's popping out.
It's good to have him back. Sassy Henry in the server tonight.
That was lovely, though, that boost. I've seen that boost so many times, but I haven't seen many kills from it, I must say. This was quite cool as well from Twist. Yeah, that's lovely. That's really cool. But the inside play there, they managed to actually make this boost worse, the one I was talking about. Like, you rarely see this connect. That's a really difficult shot as well. Twist did not see that coming. He was trying to reposition towards inside. They don't win the round, but they got a bomb plan. It means they get a decent buy going forward. Unfortunately, they don't have the sniper potential in the form of Cirque available to them, but 4-3, NiP take the lead. Maybe the analysts are onto something here. EG not looking their best.
Quite the opposite, of course, in regard to AWPing presence for the CTs. Double AWP now. Forest responsible for the second, and that's a luxury that he has been enjoying recently. Out they go, though. 3 of them pack rolling into the site. Forest already drawing blood. The first AWP kill for him in the first map. And Now just around the smokes, Rez looking to punish. Good damage dealt to Cirque, but the first is his as well. Plopsky from behind, catching Tarek completely unawares. And a second, Cirque caught with his pants around his ankles on the ladder. That does sound awkward.
It does a little bit, but I like where you're going with it. It's going to be Stanislaw left with 20 HP. This team is falling apart at the seams now.
This is twice, Henry, that the 1 minute 10, like 70-second mark, EG have done their main hit and the round's been over.
Yeah, you're right.
Those fast outside main takes.
Yeah, they're not really applying pressure. They're not pushing any CDs back. They're just going for a group mentality, which I don't mind. I'd normally say with a team like EG, that's what you want to do, to stay together and trade out kills. But the shots, they aren't landing. It looked good in the earlier few rounds. Still early days, like I said. We'll see if they can make adjustments at the tactical timeout required. Just slow it down a little bit. Let's start using the executions a bit more. And for now, Stanislaw will be removed. That double orb setup looks deadly. That
is 3 rounds of NiP's 5 that they have won.
Just to cut you off, they just threw away an orb. Forrest has got rid of his orb to pick up a creek. Just to kind of put that out there.
Yeah, that's actually a very an astute observation.
Yeah.
The priority of the Krieg made clear on the CT side, especially of Train. I mean, I can't think of a better combination.
No, definitely.
But the point I was making is that the EG boys have lost their first man to an early AWP frag from NiP 3 rounds in a row now. It was that boost from Twist. We saw Forrest do it from Ivy, and we've seen another Forrest frag this time to start things off.
Well, things won't be getting any better anytime soon, because at this stage, it's only real partial buyouts available to EG. As you can see the money on the screen, they're all hovering around $3,500. That means Deagle, Armor, CZ, maybe a 5-7 thrown in for good measure, we'll see. But for now, it's going to be just the flashes, or I should say Tech9. It's not really used these days. Tech9 did die a horrible death, didn't it?
Yeah, I felt kind of sad for it. It's like the kid that was popular in school for like a whole year, and then
right. It was the most popular kid of all time.
Of all time.
Then one scandal.
Yeah, it came in, smartphones for everyone. Everyone was loving it.
I haven't seen a Tech9. Chris J was using it for a little bit this year.
A couple of people still giving it.
No, I think Nitro gave it a go for a while, but seems like CZ is always king on T side.
I reckon Julies are the next big thing.
I actually think Julies are sick. They're $400 now. You can buy this on pistol. You can get 2 flashes with it. Like it's actually not bad at all.
Kit Julie?
Kit Julies, yeah, that's actually pretty spicy too.
Yeah.
Okay then. Well, like we said, partial buy. They managed to get into this game with just pistols on the second round. Can they replicate that now? Inside play once again. The group mentality being brought forward once more, trying to get that plant down. Tarek fakes it, and that actually works out for him. He should be able to get a plant out of this one now. Maybe a second kill coming through, as we'll see it go to a 3 versus 1. Ethan, he's the last man remaining with just 35 HP, and somehow the bomb has made his way into a very precarious position.
However, rifle found. He'd have to ace clutch this with 36 health. I kind of like the way in which he's maneuvering, using the smokes in order to have some degree of an element of surprise. And, well, no surprise, he found the head of the first. Good damage dealt to Forrest, but support is there. Rez secures the 6th for NiP.
Certainly does. Got a little bit dicey there, but they avoided the plant. It was against a partial buy, and in today's game of Csgo, the pistols always are going to be problematic. The Desert Eagles and CZ combo, especially in the skill that's on the server right now, they're always going to find headshots, but they didn't plant the bomb. Money's still relatively strong on the CT side, very strong in some cases. Lecro of $8,000. And we'll see if they want to go back to a double orb setup. Apparently not happy with just the single sniper, and 4 rifles to go with it, one of which is the Krieg, of course, still in the hands of Forrest.
I think that might be as simple as the answer to why there's no double orb. Forrest's just very happy with his weapon of choice right now.
So Cirque has the AWP, but no helmets. That might be important against those M4s. Not so much the Krieg in the AK. Working towards Ivy once again. Want to see him part of these executions when they go fully committed towards inside or outer, as we've seen. He needs to be there with the squad. He can't be lurking with an orb.
I find this evolution of the battle for Pop Dog so interesting. Now I'm seeing a lot of players use the ladder steps and actually playing aggressive this time. Rez does manage to evade the response. Oh, they've got all of the different opportunities. There's a molly, of course, not letting him exit, so he has to stand his ground. The fight doesn't get delivered. Instead, a flashbang. They are throwing a lot towards Rez. He has been such a pillar for their CT presence. He's got 9 frags to his name so far.
Well, at least they've slowed it right down now. You can see EG just baiting out the utility, making sure they don't run into just a completely open bomb site here. Smoke down towards Ivy. That's well placed by NiP. You can see that's going to cost them valuable seconds here as the clock starts to be whittled down to the 45-second mark. 3 players towards Ivy, 2 a main entrance. So, yes, an execution coming out. This looks decent. Flashes to come through as well. And it's going to be up to Ethan to lead the charge here. Smoke down towards Pop Dog, and we'll see if they can break through at this point. No, same story. Orb just ready and waiting. Yeah,
unfortunately, this time the Twist trades were there, and they continue back and forth, trading places. And Forrest, he actually gets 2. No worries for him. Cirque thrust into a 1 versus 3, but likely double peak coming in. He can't even get off the train. A 7th for NiP on the defense, and Twist was the one to draw blood. Again, it's that first AWP frag. EG have yet to get out of sight without someone getting AWP'd. Someone dies before they can even consider converging.
It's because they're not applying enough pressure across the map. They had no one to pop dog them, right? So they smoked it, sure, but once you smoke pop dog, it's pretty clear that you're not going to be coming from that position. That is really focused on main entrance at that point and Ivy. So yeah, I understand what they're trying to do, trying to eradicate the risk of Res being there, but you can see Twist is just up close with the AWP.
And he doesn't even have to sweat about pop.
No,
you're right.
Wasn't flash. It smoked it for him. He's like, you know what? Let's go. I'll just hold towards main entrance here. Gets that first pick, falls back, and then they got a couple of decent trades there, but again, a pretty disappointing round overall as we have to take another partial buy here for EG. This is the pick of the Ninjas, but honestly, I had EG just running away with this one.
Chad's had me becoming a pop dog player. Sponge.
Okay, yeah.
And so I think I'm going to watch a couple of Res demos because I'm seeing all of
so
these.
sick of
these
it, yeah.
ridiculous. Like he's got a different nade, a different angle every single round for pop.
Yeah.
He's trying it all.
Yeah, it's a nice nade he throws through the window at the top there. Like if they're waiting to throw their flashes or smoke, so you can do a lot of damage with that.
So they already have actually been given quite a lot of control.
Yeah, that's fine though. You can see they're just holding crossfires right now. Sure, you can have Ivy and a headshot apparently. It shouldn't mean too much though. You can see they're in great positions here, but there are starting to fall at this point. 3 versus 3. A rifle picked up for Breezy with 44 HP. Rez, he starts to get himself up pop dog just in case they transition, but at this point Plopski's still in a relatively good spot, but you can see he's a little bit nervous about the prospect of the backstab.
That's a good connection from not only Ethan, but also Lekro. There is an AWP to be retrieved. There's weapons littering the battlefield at this point. Likely the upgrades available for both Tarek and Ethan, and oof, an upgrade for NiP's round here in round 11. Ethan chunked down to 49, and from behind, Rez will strike. Puts Tarek into the driving seat. He will be able to get that bomb down, and now even time to reposition. Quite the luxury for him.
Yeah, he has armor. The M4 in hand as well, but he needs to bring this down to a 1 versus 1 quickly. Not going to happen. Rez is not missing many shots today. That is scary for EG because he looks like the best player on the server right now. He is nailing absolutely every shot. Very calm and patient play as well. Not overcommitting, making sure he's looking at the bigger picture. Yeah. And sure, the bomb goes down. They lose 3 players, but again, it's EG with the Eagles and CZs. They're always going to cause damage in these rounds. Yeah,
I mean, look at the top 3 fraggers now. They're all into double digits for NiP. It's going to be Rez, Plopski, and Forrest. That is the firepower right there. Twist, of course, a little bit more volatile in terms of his fragging capacity, but has got and is filling the AWPing void perfectly for his squad. And Lekro, of course, making all of the calls and consistently lying around the 7 kills mark at the moment. Let's see what happens for EG now. 3 rounds to show for their T side, but this is, I've noticed a bit of a trend here with Train that doesn't really matter. You can go down this 8-3,
yeah,
but those strong finishes, I've seen so many T sides find those strong finishes on these T halves.
Well, they've got a nice sample size now to look at and analyze. What's gone wrong so far? What has been working? What hasn't? To be honest with you, not a lot has been working in the rifle department in terms of gun rounds. They managed to win that second round force buy, then rode the coattails of that for a while, but they haven't really had a successful gun round yet. They've now lost 7 rounds in a row at this stage, and EG haven't really had many convincing mid stages of the rounds, but full buy once again. They've got the AWP in the hand to Sturk. Really need him to be a little bit more influential. He's going to go for the main pick. Looks to be aggressive as well. Flashbang to guide his way. Makes his way out, but the incendiary blocks him off, and he might have to fall back at this point.
He gave it a good shot. Didn't want to overstay his welcome, and actually doesn't manage to take too much damage. It's Stan who does, though. Gosh, he is the walking wounded, and the round has only just begun. Down to 21, 9 deaths, 2 kills. It's not been a fun start for Stanislaw.
Inside execution looks to be the aim of the game here, Alex. I don't mind it. Let's just get a post-plant situation going on. Any of these players on the EG side, give them a 1vx situation that they can win it.
And at the moment, there is only 1 man on the site. Plopski is the only form of resistance that would be there for this inner take. It's a question of how long they'll... look at this. Investigation, Lekro. He's got his Deer Stalker on, and he's reporting that at the moment, nobody's home T spawn. Perhaps the rotate will come in. In fact, not only 1, but 2. And now EG arrive, but so does Cirque in the kill feed. Plopski's playing the waiting game. Forrest will find another overextension from Tarek. 4 versus 4. The bomb can go down. Plopski to contest, and another one from Cirque. You said he had to be proactive, and he is just zipping up the body bags. 3 remain for the CTs. They're all wounded, though, on this post plant for EG, and they're just starting to drop like flies. Lekro's got another. Breezy gone. Stan and Ethan with 38 points of health between them, now just 21. Stan has got something here.
If the plan was something like in the open, maybe, but they're well too aware of it. A decent effort there from EG, I suppose, but way too telegraphed. You can see what they're trying to do there. Stan with a low HP, throwing a Molotov smoke, flash out main entrance just as his teammates are setting up. But as Lekro pushed Ivy, as you mentioned there, the jig was up. It was done. They'd already rotated 3 players towards the side. Yeah, they got some nice picks here with the AWP, admittedly. That wasn't bad at all. We wanted Cirque to be there and part of the squad, and you can see why. He's very good at finding these openings, but still wasn't enough. Way too telegraphed. 3 CTs waiting for you. It's never going to work out. And Stan, a desperate attempt at the end to try and walk through. Like, if he had 100 HP, maybe you can do something with that, but not with 20.
No. And it's so interesting just to see that the push from Lekro working, like, it won them the round, you know, like, that's the power of it. And the power of information, ladies and gentlemen. A quick one, though. This could be the EG strategy. Yep, tends to be this. A double kill from Ethan, and the site is theirs. Bomb likely to go down, but still Lekro on around Green Train. Won't be able to stop the bomb from going down, but likely going to try and stop them getting comfortable in their post-plant positions. The Triple P. Circuit towards main. Ethan likely going to be one of the first to take the contact, one tucked in on E-Box as well. They don't have to be paranoid about main because of Cirque's position, and now here comes the CT retake.
It's looking very good for EG here. The bomb's ticking at some pace, but Polanski with the smoke on top, that's going to make things a little bit more complicated here. Defuse will come in, the Sprang will ensue. We'll see who comes out on top, but they can't find him just yet. That Defuse is actually working out. He's done it. He has managed to find it. The Ninjas will be able to find that Defuse in the smoke, no problem whatsoever. It's going to be 10-3 overall. That looked to be the most promising gun round yet from the North Americans, but it doesn't work out for them whatsoever.
I mean, let's see this from Ethan, because this is how it does tend to go. He just walks into that side, takes 2, and that's a good way to get around on the board for EG, but it doesn't manifest itself. A cheeky ninja. You'll see Lekro, it was actually, Polanski, gets the first, frantically spraying in the smoke. He does draw the attention of Lekro for long enough, and the Diffuse just comes on in.
That's the genius of that play. As soon as the smoke's on top of the bomb and someone touches it, you've got a bodyguard as well. You know that it's all spraying towards the smoke. You've essentially just got a target range at that point, and Polanski baits them all out, and the Defuse comes in. A beautiful play there from NiP, and the chaos continues now. You can see the early smokes deployed. They're just trying to go out together, make this happen. They're fragging well. They just need to close these rounds out. Ethan doing everything he can. That's the tag team duo we need to see. Ethan and Breezy finding headshots and giving advantages towards EG.
For now, making it look easy. Breezy another. Lekro gone. Just Polanski and Twist then. Best shot we've seen from EG in some time. Bomb still to the main and sneaking through the smoke blocks. He almost transfers into Ethan. Oh, Twist. Caught transferring. He's somehow still alive. Only got 19 points of health, though. Almost an impossible situation for him. He's likely going to want to try and keep hold of that AWP, but they've got cash.
Yeah, they absolutely do. Well, that's much better. You can see how effective the smokes can be in CSGO. If you use them correctly, they're designed to take vision away from snipers and allow you to gain access towards the bomb sites there, dropping some very effective smokes, flashes out, and they're actually focusing, Alex, you'll never believe it, between Pop Dog, main entrance, and Ivy. Do you see how uncomfortable that is? It means that the attention can't be focused in one area like it was before. You have to apply pressure from all 3 positions to make things uncomfortable for the CTs. Breezy coming out Pop Dog, Ethan towards main. You could see there was no way they could take one player down at a time. They were challenged in multiple places, and that's what you want to see. That's pretty much CS 101. I'm not sure why that hasn't been brought out so far, but there it is. That's much better.
It feels good for EG in the 4th, looking to dig themselves out of this hole as best they can before it's their turn to defend. One final round of the first half of the first map of our 3rd series here for the 2nd day of ECS Season 8 Finals. Get to see that T-side AWP one final time from Cirque. It did seem like he was much more comfortable as part of the pack, as you previously outlined, Henry. Does seem to be climbing the kill feed a lot more.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, final round here. It's been a chaotic one. This is the pick of NiP, of course. We've got Nuke next. This map pool, NiP are very thankful for it. Like, the fact we haven't got like a Mirage or a Dust 2 in there, like a Fraggers map, like, that's pretty unbelievable that EG went for Nuke instead. They are very well versed in it, but still, that's a great map for NiP. Cirque trying to apply the pressure, knowing he's done damage towards that lower round position. He's taking Twist down to 15. That was an AWP on AWP duel. And the push from Polanski is just beautiful. He's just got the AWP in front of him. The team kill's coming through. It's gone absolutely bananas here. As you go into a 4-on-2, they didn't see it coming. You've got to watch the Pop Dog, Alex.
Oh, you do, but you just didn't. And look what it's done. Polanski single-handedly won the... Look how quick that was. That could have been 3 for him, sure, but Breezy did some of the hard work for him. Oh, and so it does conclude with another NiP round, unless Breezy can do something rather ridiculous. This will be the first fight, and it will be the last of the half, as it's going to be a sensational 11 rounds to the Ninjas in Pajamas. That is the end of the first half. And I have to say, I'm starting to worry for EG. Nuke's next. You've already started to paint that picture, and I'm already thinking, NiP, they've got train in the bag here.
I think you might be right, Alex. Well, we'll be taking a break and be back with the second half very shortly indeed.
Cool, right? Want to know where I got it? Well, look, go to cs.money. It's a trade platform and a marketplace at the same time. Just choose, click, and get. Good luck, bro.
Howdy, partner. Welcome back to Arlington, Texas for the ECS Season 8 final. Second half of our first in this best of 3 series between EG and NiP. And we're already seeing blood drawn. Tarek needs to win this round for EG, and he's already started fantastically. I'm Machine, I'm joined by Henry G, and we're off to see if the North Americans can stabilize after a rather flimsy first half.
Yeah, it wasn't their best work, but 4 rounds is enough, especially if they can win this pistol. Not all is lost so far. It's a 5-on-4, and you're going to see an inside play from NiP at this point. They've got 1 smoke for the connector, presumably, and they're going to be deploying that momentarily. No flash to go off it. They're just going to have to run down the lower ramp and hope for the best here. Stanislaw will have an opportunity for a couple of kills. They give him multiple targets, but no headshots found just yet. But Tarek surely going to take care of that.
Doesn't look too great. Down to 1 HP and 1 bullet as well. And now NiP have access to the site and a distinct numbers advantage. Ethan and Breezy, though, a powerful combination of talent. Not quite going to be able to tap away at Forest Head. A second now for the veteran. Breezy's not gotten the health to go for a 1 versus 3. He's trying to do the ridiculous, and he's done it many times, but not this time. 12 now to 4 as NiP are looking to finish this one quick.
Yeah, pretty textbook approach from NiP, managing to get 4 players towards that lower ramp, even after losing the first kill there. 1 smoke down, and then you saw them jump down with multiple targets, and the USP was overwhelmed. They couldn't just pick them off one by one. Stanislaw did a little bit of damage. Once they've broken through that lower ramp position, that's the tight choke point, right? It's difficult to contain. They'll be pushing and swarming towards the connector, and as we saw, overwhelming the CTs. If you get closer into the Glocks, they're going to come out on top every single time. So that was very well done from NiP. That was much needed pistol victory from EG. So they're going to have to force by and replicate that second round victory they had in the first half. Can they do it? It's a tall order, and with the scouts in hand, maybe Cirque can pull this one off.
Oh, this is one of the tallest orders.
One of the tallest you'd like to see.
Yeah, Grande. Not actually, it's Vente.
It's a Vente,
It's definitely not Grande.
Straight up Vente.
Okay, let's have a look what Stan's got for us. He's got the line, and he's got Mach 10 bullets in his brain. Lecro quick to neutralize the first threat. Breezy, however, quick beheading of Lecro's partner. Rez gone with just 1 bullet from the Deagle, but that does put the AK into Lecro's hands as he will continue this adventure. And actually, Breezy going aggressive will be punished for it. But tagging up Lekro does mean that that scout has got somewhat of an advantage. One bullet will do now from Cirque's scout should they continue that battle, but doesn't look like that will be the case. Instead, looking to walk out upper into this B site. 2 members, Ethan and Tarek, with just pistols, but look how far they've got in without anyone checking it. They're going to spread around. You talked about just how nasty it can be once they've started to spread out, get out of that tight choke point, and well, it's on to Cirque. A good tag. There's nothing more he can get out of this.
Yeah, that's probably about as good as it gets for him. A little bit of damage inflicted, and now he has been painted into a corner. He still hits another flick shot. He has looked impressive the last couple of days, but it's not going to be much in the context of this round. It is going to be 13-4, and it looks like we've got his days numbered here as he waits towards the IV position. That's going to be Lekro. He'll close things out there, and it's going to be a 13-4 scoreline now with a full eco on the cards as well. EG continue to disappoint here.
NiP's map pick is a caveat that's worth mentioning. However, it does remain to be seen how Nuke will fare.
The problem is NiP have looked lights out on Nuke recently. That's why I found this a little bit confusing. Like, pound for pound, like pretty much every player in terms of mechanical skill, like, is up there. With NiP, if not better, right? You want them to think like a Duster or a Mirage, get them on something like that. Right now, this doesn't look good. The fact you've got 2 very technical maps, and in terms of the tactical prowess, like, EG just haven't been there. And we've got grenades towards that bomb train at the very start. You throw 3 of those, you're likely going to get a kill, especially if they don't have armor. Trying to sneak up the ladder, it was Ethan, and looks like they're making light work of this round. This is Forrest and Twist is having a lot of fun. Yeah,
this has been a perfect round for Twist. He gets a nade kill and just charging out with his Mac 10 for another 2. And so 14 then to 4. The margin for error for EG is so minimal. And so it's time then for them to bring out the weapons. And let's see what EG's CT side shapes up like. Those are the nades. God, it was 3. You're a bang on. Twist and Plopsky and the credit. And these are the other 2 that Twist managed to pull home. Very, very little to show for this half.
Yeah, Stanislav's 3 and 15. Like, that's enough to tell you. This really hasn't gone well. Like, sure, he's the in-game leader, but he is very capable of fragging in his own right. Like, he is fantastic. So, yeah, certainly some things going wrong here. He goes with the double orb setup and goes toward the upper ramp. You're very vulnerable to Molotovs, just that. In this position, that's default. Every single round, you'll see that thrown just so the orb can't get in position and hold that inside area alone. That's what it's designed to do. But if Molotov at the start, you get control of brown holes, shuts it down.
And then because of the fact you haven't been able to hold it, you don't want to return there on your own.
Exactly. So you're not sure whether they've got close to the AKs, but if you don't Molotov at the start, there's a chance that you can get there and actually have 4 players outside. So you'll need that Molotov every single round. Well, we have got EG with advantage now. Tarek did find the opening frag there towards Forest. I believe that was a main entrance, but this happened in the pistol as well. Tarek opening frag, inside play, and it all fell apart. So need to convert this one.
Some sacrifices admittedly still being made by NiP. I mean, Plopsky with the Mac 10, I'm not even sure if I want to consider that Rez is Galil.
Yeah, this is still like a bonus round, you know? Like, you're just saving the money as much as you can, and you're just going to try and cause as much financial damage here. You might not necessarily win the round, but if it comes down to like a 2 versus 1, for example, and you know you've got a full buy next round, that's important. Oh,
and the flash. That could get some false information flowing into the veins of EG. Have they called Ivy clear? A flash and a look. Rez was tucked in on the corner. Breezy, however, still very vigilant on it. And here they go. The flashes are out, and so is the bullets. It's Tarek catching Plopsky on the ladder climb. Rez is having a duel. He had to win. Still a chance then for NiP, but 25 seconds. Running out of opportunity. Twist, however, connecting onto Cirque. Tarek is tagged. He's been finished off by Lekro. 2 remain. 19 seconds. That time feels like slow motion for Ethan. Now Twist finding another, and the round is over. How does that happen? Early man advantage. It's extended, and still they fall.
You can see them applying so much pressure across the map there. Rez especially. The fact he got towards Ivy, as you mentioned, overlooked in that position. They just didn't consider it at all. He sneaks out at the perfect time. It was really unfortunate for Breezy at that point. He had no idea that he's going to be there. The Galil comes out on top. Damage already inflicted towards Tarek, and 1 by 1, they get taken down here. Lekro even jumping in the flames to guarantee that last frag. It's 15-4. EG are getting absolutely wrecked. They've only really won a second round force buy and a few rounds to follow it up. Nothing since, and it's fast-paced here from Forrest. He looks to cause absolute damage here towards outside. The double kill delivered. It looks like we're all done here, Alex. There's a shotgun and the FAMAS try to hold on. I don't think they've got a chance. Stanislav maybe good for 1 kill here. They know exactly where he is. Oh! The shotgun might save the day. The Swag 7 living up to his name. And now it's a 1-on-1.
God, this Counter-Strike is just, it's so perplexing. Stan looking for a 1v3 with this USP Mag 7 combo. Well, it's not going to be easy given the Krieg and the plant location. Twist has made this as possible and as perfect for him as he possibly could. not got the weapon, but he does have so much utility. If Stan gets info safely, he can use that utility to try and put pressure on the bomb. We'll put a smoke, perhaps even fake, or even just go for a 10-second
He's got it, I think.
Diffuse. 5,
Twist to be
4,
guessing, was that like,
3, 2. Ladies and gentlemen, a 1 versus 3. Stanislaw keeps EG in it.
It's the shotgun, of course. I don't know how that works out, but it does. And you can see the full 10-second defuse there. And they didn't want to take the bait at all. They didn't want to see whether he'd be faking that, doing anything with it. And Stanislaw, with 3 kills in a round, takes his total up to 6, does keep them in the game.
Wow, he doubles his kills
Yeah.
with the clutch to keep his team in it. That's something. But so much more required from just like that. More of that, please. But M4A1, MP9 is a bit of a higgledy-piggledy buy for the CTs. Prioritizing some of that utility, as a lot of it goes flying early. Goodness, I was looking at the CTs, I just watched it all fade away. They're trying to keep them locked out early.
Yeah, certainly no snipers here. They've got a couple of rifles. A FAMAS, MP9s, barely any utility to speak of whatsoever. No kits. This is where it should end, but apparently they've got some tenacity now. 10 rounds in a row just to take us to overtime on the pick of NiP. First map of the best of 3. EG overwhelmed, but this is a chance for them to get warmed up at least. If they can get a few rounds on the board here, start feeding themselves and kind of let this one go, maybe there's a chance they can come back to life in the second.
Interesting note, the smoke that Ethan used to put out that Molotov was right in that far corner. Means he's got that lovely advantage if they do choose to advance through it. Not too deep, so as to give them some room to maneuver, or should they drop from that ladder.
So barely anything left on the CT side. 1 incendiary, 1 smoke, no firepower. NiP still have pretty much everything. They have 3 smokes, flashbangs, Molotovs, which you can see being deployed right now. Ethan wants to get up close and personal with the MP9, but he's denied access by the Flames. Smokes to be deployed, and presumably the drop coming through as well. Now, the MP9 not the most ideal weapon for this scenario. He does make well, though, and he gets a couple of kills here with Tarek. They're somehow making this work.
He gets the AWPer. Twist gone as well. Tarek getting a double out of that is fantastic. Breezy looking to finish what his teammates started. A great catch. Rez gone. And now just Lecro looking to close this out with 10 seconds. He's just going to hope to keep hold of his weapon, perhaps even sabotage the CT economy even more, but nope, not to be. Cirque secures 6.
Well, there we have it. EG coming online now, courtesy of a 3 versus 1 clutch from Stanislaw with the Mag 7 in hand. Who would have thought that would be the scenario that gets him back in the game? Still, though, Tarek working hard. He's been in a pretty decent shift. Like, hasn't got a massive amount of kills, but he's had impactful ones in the rounds they have been winning. And Breezy looking pretty deadly this round with the M4 as well. They're going to need a lot more where that came from. They have not broken the bank just yet of NiP, but this would be the round to do it. Full buy. A few compromises made, haven't got all the utility they would like, but they have got the firepower, that's for sure. Cirque back on the AWP just to know that.
Ooh, Polanski, he was feeling himself, and Ethan, he's given them a bit of a res treatment. Double kill with the SMG close, and Pop Dog is his, perhaps even the round. A 7th on the cards for EG. They're back truly against the wall. There is nowhere for them to go, no margin for error. They would have to go for a ridiculous 9-round spree from this point in order to keep their dreams alive of a W in their column. So far, it has been rather lackluster from EG if you missed the Counter-Strike of yesterday.
This is not Forrest killing his own teammates. I can guarantee you that. That is Breezy. Everyone's Forrest right now. There we go. And we'll get back into it. Twist doesn't really have much of a chance here. And down he goes. EG, like I said, you give them a few rounds to get warmed up. They're going to start feeling themselves. They're going to start kind of losing that pressure, just kind of brushing it off. And it's been like, let's just play these rounds as they come.
I mean, a Stan 1v3 with a pistol, a Mag 7, and a 10-second ninja, I reckon that's going to give them a little bit of like, guys, you know, it's 15. Just have, like, I don't want to say have fun, but I mean, I want them to truly just let it go.
Play loose.
Play loose counter.
Yeah, just get it done, hit your shots, which they're very good at, no pressure now, and just try and make this scoreline a bit more respectable. I still think NiP will close it out, but they could get the double digits, no problem, and that's absolutely fine. That won't be anything to worry about, really. So CZs, Deagles, and a Glock for Plopsky here, so not really much to write home about. No armor, just 1 flash. I would assume an inside play with just off 1 flash and see if he can get a bomb plant down. But anything can happen here.
Not a single Kevlar vest. So relatively fragile T-round from NiP. For now, just patience. Hoping that our EG player toes the line. Highly unlikely, and in terms of information for the CTs, no push through Ivy just yet. That's still just the responsibility of Breezy. A 3-2 split for this hold. It does look like that single flashbang is about to go flying. A bomb plant, that would be something.
That's pretty much all they can hope for. That one flash, it will go through, but the damage is going to be significant as they make their way towards the bomb site now. CT's just encroaching on their position. Lekr0 gets one. He is very capable of the Desert Eagle, but the bomb goes down on the bomb site floor, and we are going to have another round on the board for EG. 4 players surviving for them. Didn't really have to break a sweat in that round. We're getting closer and closer to double digits. If there was ever a map to have a comeback like this, Train might be up there in the conversation. One of the few maps remaining that still is quite CT biased. But for now, money starting to stabilize in NiP side. We have got Kriegs coming out, of course. You can see it's not a massive amount of cash. They can't really justify a twist orb. It's certainly enough to buy it, but they wouldn't have a utility with it. He wouldn't have a helmet. We'll see whether he wants to get stuck in here. As they take a tactical timeout on the Swedish side. Twist does go for the Krieg and utility instead. Makes sense. And suggests something a bit more tactical overall.
I don't see Lekr0 talking just yet, so perhaps the call's already made. It's actually Pitter I can see. Court giving them the full lowdown. Taking full advantage of that timeout, of course. 30 seconds gifted to the coach. In this case, Pitter. EG, of course, have that opportunity as well. Yeah. Danger of over-talking it, though.
They could have used a few more in their first half, to be fair.
That's a good point.
I don't think they really called any, from recollection. Maybe I'm just completely making it up.
I'm right there with you. I don't recall too many EG timeouts. Certainly not more than one. I think we had a tech.
Yeah, that's
about all I can remember.
Well,
still.
Double orb setup. Stanislaw still on 6 kills after his 3 versus 1 clutch with the shotgun. But now, sniper in hand, he can play one either side of the map. Presumably he'll be towards in-up. He'll be joined by Cirque as well. So both orbs towards the inside bomb site right now, making sure that's a fortress.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would fancy their chances up against that. Cirque and Stan staring you down, and actually the rotate will come in. Cirque looking to support as nades start to be thrown. Breezy's going to call for some help. The flash, however, does obscure the view, and now the frag can come in, but Breezy, lying in wait on the edge of the smoke, finds an important double. Lekr0, however, does the same. We find back into what was a 2v2, changed by Ethan. Throws it all onto Lekr0, and they know exactly where he is. He was holding the line. His eyes perhaps drawn to his pretty skin, and Stan will skin him alive. 15 then to 9.
Well, there it is. A convincing round from EG. They're starting to fend them off now, make things a bit uncomfortable for the Swedes. And we'll see that solid hold from Breezy pushing through the smoke. They had no idea. He comes through at the perfect time there. Lekr0 did well to get a couple of kills in response for Ethan. He's ready for the flank from Polanski there towards Pop Dog. Santa sort of close things out, the AWP. It's all starting to look quite good on the North American side. Round by round, they're making this closer and closer. They've got the full buy now up against just the pistols once again of NiP. This was looking like a done deal for them. Up against those shotguns, MP9s and pistols, you didn't think there'd be a way back into this game, but they're knocking on the door now at 15-10.
And Rez, however, has snuck himself right onto the bomb train. Perhaps snuck is the wrong word, because Tarek, wise to his location early, on the cross, caught another. Cirque plucks one on the cross towards the E-box, 2 more there, and actually Twist managing to find a connection on with his Desert Eagle. Breezy has been eliminated. Lekr0 shutting down Tarek, puts Forrest and Lekr0 with it all to do in order to secure 16. Just Forrest then, a 1 versus 3. Good damage, he has the information and has taken Ethan out, but at what cost? Leaping into the grips of Cirque's AWP, and so a double digits has been found, and a much more respectable scoreline, sure.
Yes.
But EG's first half, it's ramifications are still echoing here in Train, and 1 round is all it will take.
Absolutely, but until that round comes in, they'll just keep playing the way they are right now. They're hitting their shots, they're making sure they're aggressive to a relative degree. They're not giving rounds away, they're making sure they stick together in the crossfires when they have advantages. This is actually looking pretty good for them now, and what a gut punch it'd be for NiP. If this goes to overtime, even if it got that far at this point, sure, they might win in overtime, but there'll still be a hollow victory if it goes the distance.
Yeah, I mean, the frustrations probably start to manifest about now.
Yes.
You know, it's
we always say double digits where you start to doubt yourself a little bit. It's like, well, God, we could actually lose this one. There's
like
a chance.
Someone pipes up in Spawn saying, like, guys, let's actually close it out now. Like, come on.
It's the most difficult round in CS to find, admittedly, because everyone's mindset changes somewhat, especially when you lose to one of those ridiculous clutches like that, just when it felt like it was a lock-in.
Yeah.
Everyone starts to be a bit more tentative.
Like, you're taking your
cagey.
earbuds out.
Yeah,
you're like, okay, here we go.
Okay, well, surely someone will step up now. One of my teammates will go big. I won't make any mistakes. I'll just sit back and kind of wait for the opportunities to come to me. Then they never come. Then you're running out of utility, running out of time, and then you're kind of clumsy on your executions. I've been there so many times. It's a very difficult mindset to get out of.
It's toxic, that's for sure. The human brain is not always our best friend. Good flashes. That's going to put Breezy into a passive stance, but it's not going to cost him anything. In fact, he's collected a double off that. Can't ask for more for the first port of call. A second as well in stand. Going some close quarters AWPing, and it's worked out wonderfully. EG, they're filling the feed. However, Forest and Twist will make it just Twist. He's got that bomb down, but God, where could you go? There's 2 AWPs as well. It could get awkward for them if he gets up close, and that's something that he has enabled himself to do by maneuvering towards oil early.
Yeah, but he can't see the bomb.
Yeah, he didn't plant for this play and walked straight into Stan's aim. So, quick 5-second Diffuse to get the 11th on the board for Evil Geniuses. This is where the tension starts to mount. How many weapon rounds do NiP have before we're in OT?
You see what I mean there? Like the execution, like a little bit sloppy. Everyone's kind of stopped behind the flames and can't really get past it. They're not really aware of Breezy's position there. Sanastor very comfortable with the close range AWP. Nice shot from Forest here, but that's about as good as he got here. There's the final frag coming through. Twist, even if he gets that kill, there's a player on lower ramp who had just defused the bomb. So unfortunately for him, that position was not fantastic. As another round is found, 15-11. With the bomb planted, it does yield another buy here. You get an extra $800 per player for a successful C4 plant, regardless if you win or lose. And we'll see now if this is going to be where NiP can close things out. Things starting to get a little bit out of control.
7 in a row from the CT side after being, having to swallow the bitter pill of 15 for their opponents. EG have gone on quite the spree. So many more to acquire, though. 4. An 11 rounds run in total required in order to fend off this match point NiP have been sitting on. Sacrifice for Twist on the CZ, and already going to be seeing the CT setup rather aggressively establish itself.
Can we bring the money up a second? The Twist reserves some cash for the next round to get the AWP out. Yeah, he did. Okay, so this is a gun round, but like he's hoping to get a plant out of it, and he can close things out with the AWP.
Now already first blood drawn. This time it favors NiP, and another for Forest. This could very well be it. They start to come in and buckets and spades. 2 for Forest, 2 for Plopsky. Down the ramp with some nonchalance and some confidence, and it's going to bring home 16. Finally, they break through the drought of rounds. It was 7 in a row from EG, but NiP, they get to reap the benefits of that first half.
Yeah, they do, but still, it's not as hype as it was. They were looking like they were high flyers in the first half. Everything was going well. Sure, it's still a convincing victory, but EG, you've let them warm up now. You've let them get in their zone. They look like they're actually deadly individually at this point, which they certainly weren't before. You wanted to take them down, but they didn't have that confidence when they weren't hitting their shots, and they certainly weren't feeling it.
That's going to put a whole lot more energy into Nuke. I mean, now
yeah, absolutely.
Strap yourselves in, folks, because Nuke is next. Now, that map is something we've not only seen great stuff from EG, but NiP comfortable on it. And of course, previous iterations of NiP forging a dynasty on it that only Astralis have been able to topple. So with all of that considered, I'm actually really looking forward to the second map, especially now that Breezy and Ethan have started fragging.
Are you back on the NiP train?
I think I might have to.
Yeah?
I mean, for the second map prediction, I'm going
the fact it's new. I didn't think NiP stood a chance there. The fact they've picked that one up in such a convincing manner as well, the first half has anything to go by. 2-0 is definitely possible. I think EG have dropped the ball a little bit with this map pool. Either way, we're going to take a break. We'll be back with map number 2 very shortly.